Good morning, everyone. This is going to be a fast little review on Aerospace 1, Chapter 7. What we talked about in this section was we studied principles of aerodynamics, so we're going to go ahead and jump into it. An object, when placed in a wind tunnel, such as a wing, the air flows around the wing. The air that's flowing immediately attached to the wing we call a laminar airflow. But that airflow will create a natural drag. Whenever air molecules go around the wing, they tend to get like a traffic jam. They back up and they create a small amount of drag. We call this resistance, or the molecule slowing down, we call that viscous drag. I may or may not ask about that on the quiz. When we look at an airfoil, it has several key parts, which we're going to do our best to look at it right now. I hope you could see this, that the portion that goes into the wing is called the leading edge, like a leader. The portion that is on the back is called the trailing edge. The imaginary line that splits a wing in half is called the chord line. And if you notice, the top of the wing and the bottom of the wing are not symmetrical, which means that one part is different than the other. One sticks out further. The upper portion is called the upper camber, and the lower portion is called the lower camber. And we will continue on. Now, when the wind hits that leading edge, whenever the wing is at an angle flowing into the wing, there is an angle created by the chord line and the relative wind, and we call that the angle of attack. As you increase the angle of attack, the wing will climb faster. We also spoke about a person called Daniel Bernoulli, and he was the father of fluid dynamics. And what Bernoulli stated is that as velocity of fluid or air going over the top of that wing, as that velocity decreased, pressure at the bottom of the wing increases. So remember, say it 5 times with me. As velocity increased, pressure decreased. We talked about the fundamental 4 forces that could be applied when an aircraft is in stable, unaccelerated flight. Those forces are, we have thrust propelling it forward, we have drag pulling it backwards, we have lift picking it up, and we have weight pulling it down. So we talked about that type. We talked about how drag is a type of friction. So if you were to take your hands and rub them together and you could feel as they get warm, That is what we call friction drag. So, uh, if we look at a wing and we talked about that camber on the upper and lower portion of the wing, I want you to understand that if we were able to change the camber of that top wing, air would have to travel faster to meet the air at the back of the wing. So as you increase that camber, lift would be increased, and we would call that induced lift. And that's basically what we talked about in that section. I wish you guys all luck.